It's Thursday. That means we get to preview the Eagles game. Fran Duffy's in studio. EJ's here. We've got Swooper. I know people watch other shows about the Eagles. I just don't know why. Hello, everybody! Live from the Xfinity Studio and presented by our friend, of course, at Bet365 and Ashley. This is the PHLY Eagles podcast. Bo Wulf, Fran Duffy, EJ Smith in studio. Much to discuss. We heard from AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts yesterday. Everything is fine. Don't worry about it. We're going to preview Eagles Broncos, a tough test for a passing game that needs to get untracked. Maybe a matchup of two of the best corners in football. Lots of good stuff. How you doing, Fran?
Doing great. It's a fun game to break down once again. Denver's a feisty team, good defense. It's gonna be a fun show.
EJ, how the heck are you?
I'm doing well. Big busy day at the NovaCare complex yesterday. Got lots to talk about. So excited to get into it.
Let's get right into it, Mr. Smith, and that, of course, will make it the big deal. Presented by Cherry Hill Kia. Much consternation. You know, the S-sters of the Philadelphia media saying that there's frustration in the Eagles locker room. What are they talking about? This team is undefeated. Everything is fine with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. Is that the impression that you got?
I mean, I think it's a little bit more complicated than that. But what I can tell you is that A.J. Brown came out and spoke yesterday. Yep. I don't know if I've ever seen a player I can't call it a prepared statement. Necessarily. It's not like he read from a piece of paper, but I've never seen a player have an opening statement in a media scrum in the locker room the way that AJ did. He came out and wanted to immediately address the cryptic message he put on social media. Okay. So I can read you the quote. He says, "Obviously, Sunday after the game, I let my frustrations boil over. I didn't speak to the media. I had a chance to correct my frustrations, and I continued to let it boil over. That's on me. I take full accountability on that. My message on Twitter wasn't directed at anyone in the building, not coaches or the quarterback, the GM, nobody. I take full accountability."
Okay.
He went on to say that Nick FaceTimed him on Monday when they weren't in the building. He says he has an open line of communication with Kevin Patullo. He was later asked about the level of communication that he has with Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
And
the quarterback.
Yeah, the quarterback.
The quarterback.
My quarterback, yep.
As he put it. And he said that they talk about how to get things right. They talk in meetings. They're always talking in meetings.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to do this. We can't make every show about this, but I mean, come on. What is that? They don't talk outside of meetings. He's calling him the quarterback.
What I would say with a lot of this stuff is that there's room for interpretation.
Sure. Yeah.
And you have seen both sides of the interpretation.
But there's a lot of subtext here.
Oh, absolutely. And this has happened each of the last 3 years. So it feels.
And guess what? They won the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah,
so, and that's fine.
Exactly.
They don't have to like each other.
Yeah.
To be a successful football team.
I think the thing that stood out to me after hearing from both him, and we can get into what Jalen said too, there is a lot of room for interpretation. And I think we've seen people go the other way where they go, wipe your hands of it. It's squashed. We're good. And then you've also seen it on the flip side where it is people speculating the space that they leave space for interpretation on maybe things not being as rosy as others want to believe it is.
I think the biggest thing for the team, for the leaders of the locker room, for the coaching staff, you want to, if it's just Jalen and AJ and it's like, hey, those guys aren't best friends and that's okay, that's fine. I think that is a tenable situation. That is acceptable. What you don't want is that crack to like spread into a fissure and then divide when you have the division.
Well, everybody's picking sides.
That's where it becomes an unsustainable situation.
Okay, and so what did Jalen say?
So Jalen was asked about his relationship with
Fran,
AJ
how
Brown.
worried are we about the
Development.
the kids here?
Yeah, it's
Playing a game while our Sixers crew is watching the preseason game. I feel like I wish that they weren't doing that.
Might require a trip out there.
What did Jalen say?
So Jalen, when asked about AJ and their relationship, said it's good. And then he was asked to expand on that, and he said, "We share a great passion for this game, and we're focused on this week." Other quotes from Jalen on AJ Brown's social media posts in general: "I'm not going to analyze or speculate on it. I think he's always one to contribute, and that remains. Onward, everybody is focused on trying to get better. Everyone is present here trying to improve." And then I did find it interesting. He was asked if him and AJ have more conversations after a game like Sunday when there is frustration.
Okay.
And he said, "We just focus on the work."
Okay. And was he asked about DeVonta as well?
He was asked about if DeVonta is frustrated because he has even fewer targets than AJ this season. And Jalen said, "You'd have to ask DeVonta." He later said, I think generally he was saying that they are all trying to improve the offense and that they are moving in that direction. Listen, like Jalen doesn't always gratify questions that he doesn't have a lot of time for.
Sure.
Yep.
So there is that interpretation of that.
Sure.
But yeah, especially
he doesn't want to indulge this either.
Yeah, but in light of the way that things have gone, and I think one of the biggest things that I took away from AJ Brown's comments yesterday, he didn't really hide from the fact that he has been frustrated all season. He is still frustrated. Yep. And to me, it's like he addressed it, and I do think it was important that he addressed it because of the waves that it makes in the locker room and his awareness of those waves. But it's not like he left this in like this is a resolved thing. To me, it's kind of right back where it was before the Bucs game, after the Bucs game. Again, maybe it's not as inflammatory because there isn't so much scrutiny to come from like a social media post that's cryptic like that. But I do think that we are still where we were last week. AJ has, and I said, he said his frustrations boiled over. It's not like those frustrations went anywhere. It's not like that. It's not like those frustrations are fixed. I think that's going to have to happen on the field. It's probably also going to have to happen behind the scenes and then working toward making it happen on the field. And that is still to be determined. That's still an incomplete, I guess like the story hasn't been written on that.
It's hard, Fran, because in this situation, the way that he's talking, and again, we're just reading subtext. It seems, obviously there was frustration with Jalen. To me, watching this season, I feel like Jalen is playing at a very high level.
Yes.
If I was AJ, my frustration would not be with Jalen. It would be with the route concepts and stuff like that. So I don't know, maybe the interpretation is Jalen has a heavier hand in that than we thought. It's more just interpersonal dynamics. I don't know. How do you read that?
To me, I was sitting back and I was thinking about this yesterday. It's like, if I told you that offensively, Jalen Hurts was going to be playing probably like as clean a football as we've seen him play over a stretch of the regular season, but AJ Brown was going to be off to a historic poor start from a production standpoint. DeVonta Smith would have the fewest catches and targets and yards that he's ever had to start a season in the first 4 games. And Saquon Barkley would yet to hit 90 yards rushing in a single game.
Right.
You'd be like, how is that possible? It's a weird offense right now. It's a weird offense right now. And there's lots of layers to it. And we've talked about those layers. I would say the difference between like this year and because I think there are a lot of fans, and I get it, is like the fatigue over this conversation.
Sure.
Number one, I thought you put it best on Tuesday when you said, no, like we're not just making this up. Like this is something that this is being talked about in the building.
Yes.
Number one. And then number two, it's not just a rinse repeat from last year because this thing compounds.
Yes,
like
exactly.
It's not
it's
you're
all
not starting at
piled
0.
on top of the stuff that came before.
So if this is where the starting point is, and you go back to like even just
it's week 4, they're undefeated.
Yeah, like week 1, we were saying like, oh, like is AJ hurt? Like I don't know, like it doesn't look great. Like the fact that we've been having this conversation for the first 4 weeks of the year, like not great.
I do want to point out what I thought was one of AJ's most insightful answers yesterday and what I think really cuts to the root of his frustration, which is kind of the why behind why he wants the football. I think we sometimes simplify that to wide receivers want the ball. But I thought it was interesting hearing exactly like what drives him in a game and why he is so frustrated. So he says, I don't think it's a bad thing to want the ball. It's not just for targets or anything to put numbers up. I see that we're struggling, and I'm a guy that wants the ball in those times. When we can't find a way, give it to me. When the game is on the line, give the ball to me. I want that. I want that pressure. He went on to say, that's where you see the frustration because that hunger comes out. If I see we're struggling, I believe that if you give the ball to me, I'm going to open up things and get things going, put it on my back. And I honestly think he's got a point there. Like, I think that the Eagles offense, because we spent a lot of time talking about the lack of identity with this Eagles offense. They don't really know what they can lean on when they've gone 3 and out a few times in a row in a game. What is the easy button? What is the thing that you can just hit and say, we're going to get 6-7 yards and we're going to get rolling? We've seen AJ Brown be that driving force before. Obviously, coming into the season, I thought he was going to be that driving force for this offense, and that's what he's been advocating for. The fact that it hasn't happened is a little surprising to me, and I think that they really kind of need him to be that player that he's advocating to be.
And what makes that even more difficult is that, like, that's the way Jalen's wired. That's the way DeVonta's wired.
Yeah.
That's the way Saquon's wired.
Yeah.
And last year when there was like...
LATU, that's the way he's wired?
Well, of course. I mean, but I think when you're looking at this group and you say like, all right, well, why can't they just do what they did a year ago and they were able to just move on? Last year they were having success. They were scoring points. They were moving the ball. Like they were one of the top offenses in football. If you're still having these struggles and everyone's looking around and saying like, oh, well, it's not like we're moving the ball and feeling good as a team. It's tough to move on and say like, okay, yeah, like I feel satisfied with what we just did.
And it's so crazy because we have seen the high. I mean, 3 of the 8 halves they've played, they've been awesome.
Yep.
4 of the 8 halves they've played have been terrible, and then one's been just kind of mediocre. I don't have an answer, but I don't think that this is going away necessarily. Yeah,
Not until if they keep playing the way they're playing, it's not going away. It's going to get worse.
So for the record, Jordan Mailata on how the Eagles locker room has responded. Again, I just to placate those who want this to go away and want to say like this is nothing. They're going to move on and they're going to be fine. Mailata says, I think for us, we've turned the page. We're focusing on Denver this week. Last week's drama is last week's drama. Have we addressed it as teammates? Yes, but we're going to keep that in-house. As far as the rest of the locker room, we're moving on to this week.
All right. Well, let's do that as well. Let's move on to this week, and we'll get into the Eagles-Broncos matchup on the other side after this word from our sponsors. Really nice to see Francis here today.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Francis actually invited me over for the game the other day. And I was touched. Unfortunately, I get there. And lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find the game. He claimed he was a big fan. I felt like I was fan-fished. So he said, okay, come on over to our place. It was the perfect fan flex. You get all the action right in your living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like you're in the stadium. And on top of that, you get real-time notifications and live stats right on your TV. It's the best seat in the house every time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K capable TV box.
Next, we've got to talk about Cherry Hill Kia. If you're looking for the dealership with the most inventory and super low lease payments in the Philadelphia area, Kia of CherryHill.com is the place to go. Choose from over 450 new Kias, including Tellurides, Sportages, K5s, Carnivals, Celtos, Souls, and more. I've got to tell you, Kia is the hottest automotive brand in the country for a reason. 7 of their models received 2025 Car and Driver Editor's Choice Awards. That's amazing, considering there were more than 450 models tested, and only 20 models industry-wide received this award. Combine that with the best warranty in the automotive business, 10 years, 100,000-mile powertrain, and 5 years, 60,000-mile bumper-to-bumper. Stop in today, tell them PHLY sent you, and receive a $100 Restaurant.com gift card just for taking a test drive or completing a trade appraisal. I know people buy Kias elsewhere. I just don't know why. Drive home in your new Kia today, just minutes from all bridges or available online 24/7 at KiaofCherryHill.com.
All right, before we get into the breakdown here, let's check out the super chats from you, the lovely people in the chat. You're looking good today. We can see you. Nikki Loves Music checks in, says, just from a human perspective, it's kind of sad they were best friends and clearly don't have the same relationship anymore. That's a great point.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
Did we
It
talk
is
about
sad.
this already?
It's a shame.
I feel like I texted one of you two about that.
No.
Like,
No.
there is a human element to this that is, I mean, just very human, you know? Like,
Yeah. And for it to play out publicly, too.
yeah,
Right?
Jalen.
I mean, we all have friendships that go by the wayside, whether it's just, you just don't talk anymore or it's something more dramatic than that. But yeah, like when they trade for AJ Brown, it's like they got my best friend.
They got the godfather of my firstborn child.
Yeah.
Or
And-
vice versa. I'm
and-
joining the godfather of my firstborn child.
3 years later, it's like they barely talk. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. Epion Zero. It's been 3 years. Why are they still figuring it out with AJ? Patullo has been here the whole time as pass game coordinator.
I think it goes back to every year, your team has a new identity, new strengths, all that stuff. And when you have a new coordinator, especially a new play caller, there's going to be a feeling out period. And yeah, I don't know what that, like. I don't know what the answers are. But clearly they are, to use the quote in the question, like they're still trying to figure it out.
Now, listen, they don't have Vic Fangio in the offensive staff,
Right.
but they are allowed to see what they have for the first 4 weeks and maybe, reimagine some things as Vic did last season. I'm curious from talking to Nick about this, whether like they have time to step back yet or whether that they can't feasibly be done until after the Thursday night Giants
let's say
game
the mini bye
next week.
coming
You
up.
get the mini bye.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do a little bit of something then.
Yep.
Because there's just not enough hours in the day. But yeah, I mean, they're allowed to get better.
What was worse, the defense performance through the first 4 weeks last year or the offensive performance through the first 4 weeks this year?
That's a good question.
I think the defense
would
was more
say-
consistently bad last year than the offense.
Yes, but I would say this is more disappointing.
This is more,
Because
more
it's
discouraging
relative to
because the money
talent,
attached to it.
and because
talent.
there should be like there's holdovers here. There's
Yes.
consistency. Like last year was an entirely new
fair.
or like an entirely new coordinator,
Yeah.
and they were the worst defense in football for the second half of the season.
Yeah,
so.
talent adjusted is
Yeah.
probably the
Yes.
offense this season. Yeah.
All right. Next up, CDP. Jalen and Nick had an interview with Chris Berman. Is this the first time Jalen or Nick has ever been asked questions from a guy with the last name Berman? Interesting. We'll have to ask our new GM if he's ever talked to Nick or Jalen.
Is that the only Berman you're familiar with?
I know Josh. I know Matt. I know Alex. I know Nick, and I know Jenna.
Emily.
I know Emily.
Happy belated birthday to Emily
Yeah.
Berman.
Reed.
Sloan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Good crew of those Bermans. Aaron says conspiracy. Offense is vet savvy, led by LJ and LD. They're protesting the news reported by PTFO about ownership by skipping halves at a time. AJ disagrees and is the one guy not in protest. Okay. I mean, I'm in for a conspiracy theory.
Are you?
Some. How do we feel about the goings
What's
on
going
out
on? Should I go check?
I think they're
doing
playing
great.
ping pong right
Nah,
now.
they're
Well, yeah,
doing
but I don't
great.
want them to distract the people who are actually doing work.
No, listen.
Handsome Rich is out there working. Kyle's out there.
Yeah, ask Brenna if it's distracting, and that we are willing to tell them to stop doing what they're doing. All right. Which side of the ball would you like to do first? I guess let's stick with the Eagles offense
Yeah,
against
let's do that.
the Denver defense.
Yes.
A Denver defense that has some real high-end talent.
Yep.
What's the scouting report on this Vance Joseph group that I think we know is generally a little bit more man-heavy than most?
Yeah, they've been one of the best defenses in football for the last year and change. You go back to the beginning of last year. And the basic identity of this Vance Joseph defense is that they are extremely blitz-heavy and they are a high-volume man-coverage unit. Now, they will throw change-ups, and I think this past week is a good example of that against Jake Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals. And I would imagine that this week we'll probably see some change-ups there. I would be surprised if they said, you know what, we are just going, based off what you've seen from Jalen Hurts so far this year, we're going to go heavy blitz and all man coverage. That would surprise me. I do think you'll see more man coverage than what the Eagles have seen this year, and I think they're going to blitz, but I don't think it'll be up to their normal standards. You mentioned the blue chip talent, Pat Surtain, best corner in football.
You think just blanket, you're willing to go there?
Yeah, he's the best. He's outstanding. There were some numbers from last week again, and obviously, look, Jake Browning, not Joe Burrow, but he was matched up against Jamar Chase last week. Let me pull it up real quick. Jamar Chase last week, no catches in 10 matchups in man-to-man, 1 catch for 8 yards on 3 targets in the entire day. Just outstanding. He's never matched up against AJ in the NFL. They matched up one time in college. AJ Brown had a season-low 4 receptions for 34 yards back in 2018. I'm actually fascinated to see what their approach. You want to go give them the spiel? I'm actually very interested to see what the approach will be from Vance Joseph in this game. And I guess a lot of it will be determined by what is their awareness for all of the goings on with this passing game, like from a dynamic standpoint. My guess is they're pretty in tune. The pro scout there is gonna have his.
They've been reading PHLY.com.
Yeah, they're probably going to be aware of what's going on there. So I think when you're looking at it, yeah, you would say it makes sense. Surtain should go on AJ. Then you have Riley Moss will match up against DeVonta Smith. Riley Moss is like big physical press corner, instinctive, good ball skills. I actually think that he is more like physically able to hold up with AJ from a physical standpoint, and I'd rather have Surtain go up against DeVonta. DeVonta's leading in targets. I think that's something that we could see from them is they could say, all right, we're going to put Surtain on DeVonta, and then Riley Moss, you go compete with AJ Brown, and however many targets we think he's getting. And if we got to pivot, you got to pivot. I'm fascinated to see which way they go there.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny like thinking about some of the machinations of the Eagles secondary and like shading coverages the other way. Do you feel like that is on the table if they do have Riley Moss over AJ, or do you think that it is as simple as like prove it, like prove that you will throw the football to AJ Brown in one-on-one situations?
I think that's it would not shock me if that's the approach they took early on in the game.
So Vance Joseph is team content, is what you're telling us.
Yeah. I mean, and also like if AJ, if he can't get the ball against Riley Moss, he might blow up the stadium.
Here's my thing though, Riley Moss is not like a bad corner.
Oh, we know that, but like AJ,
I know, of course.
AJ's not gonna feel
Riley
the same
Moss
way.
is pretty good. Physical, the instincts are good. The ball skills are excellent. So I think that will be interesting. They play a lot of sub package. So Jaquan McMillan, number 29, is the third corner in their regular nickel package, and so he'll play inside and outside. They move these guys around because if you're Surtain, Quinyon Mitchell doesn't travel into the slot. Patrick Surtain will travel into the slot with whoever he is shadowing. So if you're going to do that, that means that your nickel corner has to be able to go outside. So McMillan does that. Spent a lot of time. I watched every single coverage snap from Jahdae Barron. Because I want to see, all right, what's the usage here?
Because if you're just tuning in, you thought he was the worst player in the draft.
I did not think he was the worst player in the draft. I thought that he was severely overdrafted.
Yes.
I liked the player, but the value with where I thought this player would, I didn't think that matched up. Here's how Jahdae Barron is used. He's the third corner, and they go penny package, nickel corner.
We're about to bury the guy.
And he's their dime DB. He doesn't play in their regular nickel package. That's McMillan. I spoke with our friends at DNVR on 2 separate shows this week and asked, do you think Jahdae Barron's going to be taking over at any point soon? And they're like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So he's a nice little piece in their secondary. He's a good football player.
He's cute. He's good for him.
Cute little piece in the secondary.
For carving out a role in the NFL.
Do you have Fran's film notes up in front of you right now?
No, I don't.
Fran, I want you to be honest about the last sentence in here. Just let it, just stand by it.
Is he worth a top 20 pick? Because I said, he's their fourth corner in dime. He's a good player. He's comfortable playing in the box. He's physical. He's competitive. They'll put him up on the A gap and drop him out, or they'll blitz him. He's had some good reps, but he's not a full-time player. So is that?
He's a Crevon LeBlanc type.
Better than that. He is like what Tyke Smith was for the Bucks last year.
Yeah.
And it's good player, 3rd round pick.
I just feel like that was a little bit of dirt in the grave on that one.
You got to take your chances.
Yeah,
listen,
he was right.
To be fair, this is one of the things that you were furthest away from consensus about.
Yeah, I was
been proven right.
So
yeah.
you deserve to puff out your chest.
credit
Well,
to
you're not
Fran's
very
evaluation.
guy.
Yeah, it's 4 games in his career. Like he could be their starting nickel next year, but in terms of like return on
That's
investment,
also not worth
even
the top
that,
20
the
pick.
second year.
Look,
Cooper DeJean went in the
what we're
second
talking
round.
about. And that's
What
the
are we
thing.
talking
He is
about?
not. He's a good player. He's not Cooper DeJean. He's not Brian Branch. And I know that was a big topic of discussion this spring. But he's a nice player. He'll be out in the field a decent amount. Probably like 15 snaps or so in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's very funny. We can see the steam.
It's not steam.
No, I think this is like Fran like taking a whiff here.
He deserves to take a whiff.
This
There's
is
a
like
reason he's
Fran's
the
version
all-city
of taking a
NFL
whiff.
draft
It's
expert.
like good analysis, like a good insight, but like we know where you're coming from, and that's all right.
He's a good player.
No, because I'm sure there were I'm sure that there were some random comments along the line of like, Fran, he doesn't know ball, and Johnny Barron's gonna be a beast. Like,
What's up now?
where are you at now?
Nick Binito.
Oh, I like the Nick Binito.
So, do you ever listen to Lori Berkner?
No.
It's like there's Rafi and then there's Lori Berkner. It's like that kind of music. She got a great song that we listened to in the Wulf household called Victor Vito. Victor Vito and Freddie Basco ate a burrito with. It's a great song. One of the best kids. And I mean, Nick Binito, Victor Vito. It's a perfect substitute.
It's like that's
Nick
pretty good for you.
Bonito.
But us talking about Crevon LeBlanc made me think about your Comic Rouge Ale song.
Oh, one of the greats.
Do you remember it?
Do I remember it?
Let's hear it. I can't do it.
Put me on the spot. What am I? You're going to put a.
But
put a
some of the
quarter
new
in
listeners
machine?
might not have heard the
I
song.
was just thinking about this song the other day because Francis was watching Despicable Me 4,
Yep.
and they played.
Is that the bubblegum guy?
Yeah, like his
Okay.
the childhood nemesis.
yeah.
Yep.
Come on, we got to hear it.
I'll do it at some point today. I'm not going to do it when you
Can't
ask
just
for
belt
it.
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Benito.
Yeah.
He's been one of the best pass rushers in football.
Let us know in
over
the
last,
chat or
year
comment
and
below
change.
if you're a Victor Vito fan.
Yes, please let us know. I'll be on the edge of my seat until then. He's had 6 pressures at least in every single game this year. 1.5 sacks last week against the Bengals. His pressure rate per Next Gen Stats is number 1 in the NFL. When you go back to watching him over the course of the last couple of years, he wins with the quick first step. He's got length. He can turn the corner, but he also can win inside as well. He's going to get most of his snaps against Jordan Mailata, most of his snaps coming against the left tackle, but they will move him around a little bit. Dynamic player. So that is the guy that you definitely are circling, number 15 off the edge for the Denver Broncos.
And does he exclusively go against?
It's not exclusive,
Okay.
but I would say most of his snaps. Now they will
And do you think that is, I mean, he's a very good player, but in terms of type, is that the type of player who gives Mailata more trouble?
That's the kind of guy where you're just because he's like more like compact frame, and so he's got a smaller strike zone. That's Mailata. We always used to like laugh at the matchup between he and Joe Osman.
Yes.
Just like body type wise, like that's the type that
He's like superhero Joe Osman.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is super. Yes, he is Captain America version of Joe Osman.
I wrote a story about Joe Osman and Jordan Mailata many years ago about how close they became with those training camp battles.
Yeah. Those were great.
Yeah.
But Benito's he's a very, very good player. But the rest of that front is good too. I mean, Zach Allen is a really good player. Combo, defensive end, defensive tackle, really good running stunts.
The one who got away for the Eagles.
That's right. Yeah, it was originally with the Arizona Cardinals and then signed with Denver. Big money deal with Denver the year. That was the Hargrave left?
No,
right?
yes, it was the year they spent the money to re-sign Bradbury and
Right.
Slay.
Yep. So Hargrave goes to San Francisco. They thought about bringing him in. John Franklin Myers, a good player up front for them. And then they mix in a couple different edge rushers, Jonathan Cooper and then Jonah Ellis. Good bloodlines for Jonah Ellis, Christian Ellis's brother.
He's a good player.
He is. He pushes the pocket. Good technician. He's not he's not the athlete that Binito is, but that's a tough matchup as well. And because of all the blitzing, you're gonna see McMillan coming on a blitz. You're gonna see Alex Singleton, our old friend, Eagles linebacker, coming on a blitz. They mix things up.
What do you make of the thing that Mina Kimes told us yesterday about how both last year and this year they've been terrible against running backs in the passing game?
Yeah, and that could be an area where you see the Eagles try and see if they can take advantage. Linebacker, Alex Singleton is
smiling
the matchup.
Different things. The Ellis thing was something I was smiling about, and now I'm smiling because Maybe
Yeah,
the running
Swooper?
back. Yeah.
Oh, Swooper.
Okay.
I got a bad poker face.
Man, he couldn't hold it for like that
I was
little
excited.
comment. Alex Singleton is the matchup in man-to-man against running backs, and yeah, you can attack him in man-to-man.
Alex Singleton, I remember being one of the most
What a story.
insightful players in the Eagles locker room. Like he was like the assistant defensive coordinator, basically. I feel like he's got a coaching future if he wants it.
Yeah, I could see that. All right. Any other meat on the bone here in this? Oh, by the way, we have the. I don't know if you flashed up the stats, Julia. Of I know that this is not all Patrick Surtain, but just how the opposing number one receivers have fared against this Broncos defense.
Just this year?
Just this year,
Got
in
it,
the first
yep.
4 games. It hasn't been the most impressive slate of wide receivers, but Calvin Ridley, Michael Pittman. I don't know why I have Malik Neighbors on there. That's wrong. That's my
Jamar
mistake.
Chase.
It was Jamar Chase who did not have a very good week. Lad McConkey. I mean, nobody busting out for big games,
No.
and it's not just Surtain. That speaks to the whole defense.
Yeah, and
So is this AJ Brown's week to pop? I don't know.
how do you feel about the Surtain? How do you?
I mean,
don't
I think you
that?
sold me.
Yeah?
Because I stick by the thing that we talked about a little bit yesterday. That if I'm looking for like who can I use in a creative way, to me it's DeVonta.
Yeah.
And it's not AJ. And so like if they're going to put together some cool game plan, it's more likely to me that it would be DeVonta. So yeah, like put Surtain on him. I don't know.
They only blitzed 13% of the time last week. That was the second lowest number in Vance Joseph's tenure as defensive coordinator. So I go into this and I wonder, do they try and lean more into coverage? Do they think that they can get home with 4? It's going to be fascinating to watch.
They're still playing basketball.
Just mayhem out
It's
there.
all about the ball.
All right.
Just like
we're going to go to
dads.
break.
You
wanna-
want me to go?
Yeah,
I'll drop
okay.
the dad voice. Yep.
All right. Quick break. Come back on the other end. We'll go to the other side of the ball. The Broncos offense and their quarterback, who is a disgrace to the name, going up against the Eagles defense. So EJ did some good reporting the other day when he was in the locker room after the Bucs game. He found out the name of AJ Brown's social media manager. His name is Ray.
Says, AJ, I got the perfect Bible quote to tweet for this game. You're going to love it. It's going to make a big deal. Do it.
And that's how this all happened. You know the moment. The one when you realize you left your... Of course, that's not the Ray that we're talking about here. That's not the Shady Ray. We're talking about Shady Rays, your favorite sunglasses company. And here's the wild part. If you lose or break your sunglasses, even on day 1, Shady Rays will send you a brand new pair. No guilt trip, just replacements. So now, I actually wear my sunglasses without fear of losing them or breaking them or anything like that. Shady Rays is eyewear that has your back. We've teamed up with Shady Rays to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use code PHLY for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself the shades rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people.
Next, we're going to talk about Bet365. That's right, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. They have 90 million users worldwide, and they live stream 780,000 events each year. Next, you got to talk about the MLB early payout offer. With Bet365, you're a winner if your team goes 5 runs ahead with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download the app and use code PHLY365 when you sign up. NFL offers as well. Thursday night football, $10 safety net back. Place a $10 bet on the first touchdown score and get a split of $365,000 in bonus bets if your player scores the final touchdown of the game. Monday night football, you can get a 50% super profit boost token on single game parlays as well. With the Bet365 early payout offer in the NFL and college football, you're a winner if your team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners as well. And we got to close with breaking news from Bet365. New customers now get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use the code PHLY365, deposit $10, and place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Must be 21 and physically located in PA. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, back on the PHLY Eagles podcast. I'm going to tell you about Shady Rays again because it's time for The Future is Bright. And we know the future is bright for the Eagles secondary. Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean, everybody talking about it this week. What an unbelievable young secondary they have. And Fran, how do you expect them to be deployed in this Broncos matchup?
My guess is that it'll be somewhat similar to what their approach was last week. I think that when you look at Courtland Sutton, I mean, he's clearly the number one guy that you want to make sure that you account for. He's tied for targets with Troy Franklin, who, if I had to describe Troy Franklin to Eagles fans, you think like Paris Campbell, Josh Huff type of body type, like long, slender, explosive. He's probably got more deep ball chops than both those guys. They both got, you think of Huff and Paris Campbell, like they were more like underneath, shallow cross, screen game, get the ball in their hands. Franklin is that, but he also has that ability to track the deep ball as well. So he's a better player, I think, than what those guys brought to the table. But Sutton, Franklin are their number 1 and number 2 targets, followed by Marvin Mims, who plays inside and outside and more like their deep threat and gadget type. I would say Quinyon is probably going to shadow Courtland Sutton. And then you're going to have Cooper DeJean line up against whoever is going to be lined up inside between Mims and Franklin. And then you feel good about Keely Ringo on the opposite side.
Do you think it will be Keely Ringo?
I think
AJ?
so. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
I lean that way. Vic Fangio was asked about Keely Ringo. I've got it right here. He said it's possible when asked if he would be the starter moving forward, and he said the true test for him will be to see how he improves. But overall, he did well. So to me, I don't know if it wasn't like a possibility or at least a likelihood. I feel like Vic just shuts it down. And I don't know. It's tricky. The Bucs game was like he didn't get tested very much, so they will probably have a better sense of like how he actually played than we did.
Yeah.
But again, I think the fact that he didn't get tested very much, I would lean that way.
Okay. Well, there you go. The future is bright for the Eagles secondary, whether Keely Ringo is a part of it or not.
Ringo Stars.
Where do you stand on is Quinyon truly in contention for best corner in the league? I mean, I know you have Surtain number 1, but top 3 or whatever.
Yeah, I think he'll be in the Mount Rushmore, at the podium, one of the finalists, that kind of situation. I just thought Surtain is just such.
I mean,
an
he's no
excellent player.
Revis.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me started on that conversation again. Go back to Monday's show for my rant on that one from Brady. But I think when you're looking at Quinyon, the way he's playing, I mean, he's playing as one of the best corners in football right now. There's someone, a good friend of well, I shouldn't speak for everybody, but a friend of ours, a friend of mine said that maybe an all-pro season, he made a preseason prediction for Quinyon Mitchell. I think that's
handsome
definitely
podcast
in the cards.
Who, Cuz?
The thing with the Denver pass game, they are a very Sean Payton, really good play designer and a very aggressive play caller from a downfield shot play standpoint. So you're going to see different 3-level stretch concepts like what they gave up to Egbuka for the touchdown last week. You're going to see post wheel, which is a similar kind of play that they gave up the touchdown to Tyquan Thornton in week 2 against the Chiefs. You're going to get double moves. You're going to get the dagger play with deep digs coming the other, from the opposite side. Running backs running down the field, tight ends running down the field. So those guys are going to be tested from not just man to man, but from a zone standpoint, being put in conflict. My guess is that Sean Payton is going to have Makuba and Ringo kind of in his crosshairs in terms of, all right, these are the guys I want to try and target in coverage.
Always enjoy the email matchup breakdowns from Sean Syed and Sumer Sports. There's an interesting one little nugget there that the Broncos offense dead last in motion rate.
Yep.
But number 1 in EPA per motion play. So when they motion, it's for a purpose.
Right.
Oh, they don't motion just for the sake of motioning.
No, yeah, they don't just have a guy, waddle over 5 steps and call that motion. Yeah.
My favorite thing about that is for years you heard the Eagles offensive coaches say we aren't just going to motion for motion's sake. We're not going to do it performatively. And I kept asking what does that even look like? What does that mean? And now we know what they were alluding to.
The other thing going on with the Eagles defense right now, EJ, is there's a new player potentially working into the mix.
Nakobe Dean.
Yeah.
Yes. The Eagles opened his practice window so that he returned to practice yesterday. He's bullish on how he feels. He said he's just been sitting, waiting around for the practice window to open. You have to miss the first 4 weeks if you start the year on the PUP list. So yeah, he said it felt great to get out there with the guys and actually play some football. If you open my practice window, I feel like I'm able to fully go now. I found it interesting. You were in on the scrum. I just listened back to it.
I like talking to Kobe. He's what a joy. Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good mix of like real but insightful.
Yes.
And he said he calls himself like a realist but an optimist at the same time.
Yes.
And you kind of get that from him. But I did find it interesting, like hearing him, I guess, like unpack the situation he finds himself in.
Yeah.
And kind of just stay laser focused on himself and not get wrapped up in the fact that like there really isn't a clean way for him back into the starting lineup. Like he acknowledged that obviously Zach Bond is playing at a really high level and that Jahad Campbell is as well. So yeah, it's definitely not going to be like a seamless transition back into the lineup for him, but I am curious to see if there's a role for him.
I don't know that I necessarily got the impression from him that he doesn't see a path to playing time.
You don't think so? That's interesting.
No, I from him, I got the impression from him that like he feels like he's going to make a difference.
Do you guys have a swooper, Nakobe related?
I do not.
I don't have an
So then,
Kobe swooper.
all right, over under 7.5 defensive snaps.
So he hasn't even been pulled off PUP yet.
Yeah, and Vic seemed kind of skeptical.
Right.
So I would take the under.
But the Eagles do have an open roster spot right now.
Yeah, I would just take the under just because
Because of that.
Yeah, because of how Vic is like such a stickler for like practice reps. Like I don't know.
Yeah,
One
fair.
week in the defense. I don't know. You really think there's a role for him in the defense?
Oh, I don't know that there is. I think he.
I mean,
the way
he's
portrayed it.
optimistic.
Right.
Yeah.
He said hard for me, like in reference to is it hard, like seeing a role in the
Right.
defense. And he says, I control what I can control. I'm out there, I'm playing, I'm practicing. That's all I can do. I don't know.
Well,
To me,
listen,
that's like
I don't
a
know. I mean,
pragmatic way of answering it.
Jahad Campbell has been so good at linebacker that I feel like the idea of just moving him to the edge would be silly
I
at
don't
this
think
point,
you can do
right? I don't think they're going to do that, but I do think that there are packages when that could be their best group on the
I
field.
texted this to Fran yesterday. Like
Okay.
tired is like move one of Zach Bond or Jahad Campbell
Right.
to the edge. Wired
Just
is
play all three.
no sim pressures. Just keep sending those guys from depth on sim pressures.
Yeah.
They did it really well against the Bucs. Maybe really well is a little bit hyperbolic.
No,
They
they did
well.
it was
Yeah.
really well.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Bond got a lot of pressures. I know you don't like pressures, but he was getting into the backfield on some of those sim pressures. If you don't like your edge group, sim pressures are not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah,
Drop
I
those
agree
guys
with
into
that.
coverage and use the playmakers when you need them in those money downs. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I just feel like especially Campbell's good in coverage. It's not like him
I
as a
agree.
pass rusher is that much of an asset. So it's murky. I think it's something. It's like TBD for me right now at the linebacker position.
Katie's just beating up Derek Bodner.
Just, I mean, there's just absolute chaos out there. Bunch of super chats. Super chat heavy episode. Love this. Musa says, hey, at least there isn't a nationally televised TV show about to start constantly recording behind the scenes to build pressure in the locker room.
Honestly, I completely forgot about that.
Completely forgot.
But it
But
doesn't
the
really
Eagles
matter.
do have,
Yeah, that's
creative control there. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to show
nothing
you know.
juicy is going to come out of that. Yeah.
AJ like doing a spitball through a straw at the back of Jalen's head or something like that.
But those things are usually
Puts a kick me sign on him.
they
Like,
usually give you a window into something that we otherwise wouldn't know. I do remember that Amazon Prime one from a few years ago.
King AB, very generous. Thank you, King AB. Says, EJ, given all the recent drama, do you think the offensive style is a reflection of Jalen or the coaches? I know you have seen it from both sides recently.
Can I answer yes at this point?
Yeah.
I feel like nothing that we've heard from Jalen would indicate that we haven't gotten the they let me out of the straitjacket or anything that would indicate like a sort of a want for something different. I just keep going back to that. It looks the way that Jalen Hurts wants it to look. Quote from I think it was last year. I think that since then it has more or less looked the way that Jalen wants it to look. So I think the answer might be yes. I think that the frustration from AJ and DeVonta is sort of separated from the way that Jalen or the coaches want it to look. I think that there's no evidence right now to show that Jalen is not in agreement with the way the offense looks.
Fran Duffy, Esquire, attorney of bird law,
Was not me.
checks in with the super chat. Says, better a loss, but AJ has 170, or a win and AJ has 11 yards.
I have a hot take about that.
You think the first one would be better?
I think the first one will be better.
I don't all the way disagree.
The Eagles are 4-0, And honestly, like let zooming out from the conversation we've been having, I still think like they could win with the way things. I hear what you're saying, Fran, but like they're talented enough to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So like losing to the
they are.
Broncos, like the only way that a loss to the Broncos would make me have long-term worries is if the passing game looks terrible. If AJ has a big game and they lose,
think winning
they'll
this
be fine.
game, the defense has an uncharacteristically bad performance. Like a couple guys have a bust. They put up 35 points, and the offense looks good. Yeah, I think that kind of would be nice.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if they win the game and the offense scores 45 points, and DeVonta has 130 yards, and Dallas Goedert has 88 yards, and Saquon Barkley runs for 100, and it's just like, oh, AJ had 11.
Devontae's furious. Oh, you're saying Devonta's big.
DeVonta was big. Dallas was big.
I see.
If everyone else, like the offense looks great and it's humming, and it was just like AJ doesn't do well. I actually don't think AJ is.
I think he'd be fine with that too.
I think he'd be okay with that.
I agree, but I'm leaving. Like I'm sort of interpreting that as like it's an ugly game for the passing game.
yeah.
Turtle checks in. Does 100 yards on Surtain quiet AJ for the season?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah, for the season. No.
I mean, this has
It's a
been
long
going on
season.
for years.
Right.
I don't think that one game would fix it.
These kids just will not settle down. They're too happy. Winston Gordon. Any chance there's truth to the conspiracy theory that AJ did this to take the conversation away from Jalen and Nick for how bad the offense has been?
No.
I don't think I'm buying that one.
Yeah. Not
Bill
taking
Nats
that
had
one.
this take a little bit.
Really?
It was like AJ Brown just like, diverting attention, giving everybody the drama that they want. I don't know. I think that this is like a years-long thing.
I don't think I'm down on that one, yeah. Matthew Greenwood. Also got to point out, Makuba and Jade Barron are best buds, but we got the defensive rookie of the year on our side.
I should have plugged the story because I was aware of Makuba and Jade Barron. They trained together with
It is crazy the idea that, I mean, to your point, just seeing them play, that Barron would have gone over Jahad Campbell, but...
Yeah. And they're like dying for a linebacker in Denver. Like the fans are absolutely like dying for Dre Greenlaw. They signed Dre Greenlaw. He's hurt. So it's Singleton and Justin Sternad as the linebackers there in the middle of that defense.
Fresh Prince. I mean, the Super Chat's just rolling in.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Where have the RPOs gone?
Ooh.
It's a great question.
Where have all the RPOs gone? Do, 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 do.
You can do that, but you can't sing the
They
comic
were a
book jingle.
staple of the
He came up
offense
with it.
in
The
22.
moment you say it, you hear.
I remember that Micah Parsons' game plan when they didn't block him and Jalen made him wrong each time. I know it's not that simple. I think this is a very reasonable question. Fran, what do you think?
Good question.
Yeah.
We've talked so often in the past about like just the inability to have like those easy layup throws for Jalen Hurts in the offense, and the one exclusion to that, the one exception to that was the RPO game, and now they don't have the RPO game. I don't know.
They get so many zone looks, and they can't figure out how to beat zone. Like they weren't able to beat zone with RPOs in 2022. It confounds me.
Ridiculous.
It's a great question.
All right, we're going to take a break to hear from our sponsors one last time, and then we'll come back. I got a Bo Nix question for you. We haven't really talked
we haven't
Bo
talked
Nix,
to Bo
so
Nix,
let's
yes.
do that on the other side. Then we'll get to Swooper, but first I think the kids need another talking to again. Here we go. I'll go after.
Yeah.
Monarch money. Why aren't you using it? Why are you choosing to waste money and not make the most of your money? With Monarch money, this is the product that is built for people with busy lives. If you've put off organizing your finances, Monarch is for you. Monarch does the heavy lifting. You can link all your accounts in minutes and get clear data visuals, smart categorization of your spending, and real control over your money. Don't leave money on the table. If you're not on top of your money, you could be missing chances to save more, invest smarter, or hit your financial goals faster. Monarch isn't just another finance app. It is a tool real professionals and experts actually love. No wonder then that it was named the best budgeting app of 2025 by the Wall Street Journal, Forbes' best app for couples, and it was named in CNBC's top fintech companies in the world. So don't let financial opportunity slip through the cracks. Use code PHLY at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code PHLY.
All right, sports fans, listen up. September's here, football's back, school's in. Actually, October's here. Football's back, school's in, and it's the perfect time to get your finances back in shape, too. I've been checking in on my credit score lately, and let me tell you, if you're a member at TrueMark Financial Credit Union, you've already got a serious edge. They've got this free tool called Savvy Money right inside their online banking and mobile app. I use it myself. Seriously, it's like having your own financial coach right in your pocket. You can check your credit score anytime without taking a hit, get tips on how to improve it, and even get alerts if anything changes. That's what I call playing smart defense with your money. So if you're already on Team TrueMark, fire up the app, check out Savvy Money today. And if you're not a member yet, what are you waiting for? Step up your financial game, swing by one of their 24 branches, or visit TrueMark/PHLY to open an account. TrueMark Financial Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. When you guys both got up,
Oh, you had flashbacks.
I was like, oh no. I was like, this is trial 2.0. What have I gotten myself
We got
into?
scared. We both got up at the same time. We both got up at the same time because I just grabbed Fran's here.
I was like, chat, I need help.
More super chats. They keep coming in.
Oh, man.
Man,
Pav says Jeff Nyberg just reported that the Eagles are playing Limp Bizkit's Rollin' at practice. Is this directed at EJ?
You know what? They did play Tupac Me Against the World at practice yesterday, and I was wondering if that was maybe a My Prerogative 2.0 situation. I don't think it's a shot at me, although they put those, I mean, I don't want to complain, but they put those like giant speakers right as we walk in.
Yeah.
And like, Mike, I got a question for you guys. When you walk past something like that, are you going finger in the ear, or are you just sucking it up?
I'm too much of a football guy.
I've lost enough hearing in my life to not want to lose anymore.
You've already lost one
man,
sense.
yeah,
You can't lose another.
You cannot afford that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean,
Can't be down to 60% senses.
it'd be tough. Can't smell, can't hear. My hearing is already pretty bad. So
You're already senseless when it comes to the running back and blocking tight end conversation.
I don't know where that came from. I was right about Cam LATU. Totally right. Nailed it.
You'll be backing off that take in like 2 weeks. Apologize.
No, I needed to take full accountability for that, and I felt like I was ready to punt on that one. I don't always punt. I didn't punt on Keely Ringo.
Jamie, how much of a disaster has it been out there?
They're having a great time.
Not making me feel great.
I had to tell Casey not to stand on the ball.
Oh, he loves those, but we have one of those at home for the baby. He loves that thing. Circus. The circus is in town.
Yeah.
All right, what do you make of Bo Nix?
I think he's fine.
He's like the Johnny Barron of quarterbacks.
No, I think that look, there are a couple plays where he's like just missing on some deep balls.
Yeah.
They are, like I said, it's a very aggressive offense from a schematic standpoint. So they're going to build in like, all right, there's going to be this screen pass or that play in the flat, and then they're going to go deep. So there are some plays where he leaves it on the field in terms of he just missed this guy down the seam or this post route. But they've also hit on a lot of big plays as well. They've been one of the most explosive offenses in football. The big knock on him has been pressure. If you pressure him, his all the efficiency numbers drop, all the EPA numbers drop, all that stuff drops. So to me, that should be the top of the list for the Eagles in this game is pressure Baker Mayfield. And honestly, a lot of the same discussion that you would have about Baker Mayfield last week. That's why I just dropped that. I just said Baker Mayfield. A lot of the things you say about Baker Mayfield last week, transition that to this week's game plan against Bo Nix, because if you just let him sit back there and play point and shoot, he's going to pick you apart. If you're able to pressure him, that's where you can get into rolling the dice. And last week, Baker Mayfield made a couple of those plays down the field where you lost containing coverage and guys' eyes were in the wrong place. You don't want that to happen here against Bo Nix and the Broncos, but I think a lot of that would apply here to this one. He's more athletic in terms of he can beat you with his legs, and he's shown the ability to scramble. But yeah, I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be a good player. He's going to need time to develop.
I think we've learned that Vic Fangio has a type of quarterback, and it is the Baker Mayfield, Bo Nix genre of quarterback. He says Vic said earlier this week he's a lot like Baker Mayfield. I think he might be Baker's younger brother. Really good, really, really good. Like,
He's just gassing those guys up.
so like in the way that like Anthony Richardson and Justin Fields are like my type
Yeah.
of quarterback, I think like that, experienced
Jones.
college starter. What's that?
Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Daniel Jones.
So what do you
I-
think this type is? Just a white guy with an attitude?
No, I think it's like college, extended college starters, seen a lot, decent processor, like above average athlete. I want to know, like,
Well, spunky.
yeah, exactly. Got a little bit of feistiness.
White guy with an attitude.
I mean, it's more than that, but I want to know what Vic Fangio thought about Kenny Pickett last year, because that's like kind of like the low end of that
Yeah.
type of quarterback. That's
EJ,
probably his Daniel Jones.
What are your bone icks? What bones give you the ick?
Never thought about this before. None of them. I don't think there's a bone out there that's
Really?
yeah, no, none.
Okay.
Do you have any?
Well, I mean, I don't like to see an exposed bone, usually.
You really got Julian choking over there.
We lost Julia.
Oh man.
Ew. Yeah. I don't know. How many bones can you name?
Not many. I don't think we should play this game.
All right. Anything else in this matchup before we turn our attention to Swooper?
Just go through real quick.
O-line, pretty good?
O-line's pretty good. I think Quinn Minor's the right guard is probably the best guard in football.
Really?
I think I feel comfortable saying that. Trying to think of who else could possibly take that mantle. He's awesome. He's a really, really good player. So that's a big matchup with Jalen Carter. Their tackles are solid but gettable. I think when you look at trying to go like right through those guys, like Zadarius Smith bull rushes, I like that here in this game against both Garrett Bowles and Mike McGlinchey at right tackle. Ben Powers is kind of your like a poor man's Landon Dickerson, similar skill set. Dickerson better when healthy.
Long-time member of the Full Sentence All-Stars.
Yes,
yeah.
of course. And then Luke Wattenberg, ironically enough, like kind of a poor man's version of Cam Jurgens, like undersized, athletic. He got penalized like 19 times in the game Monday night against the Bengals. He's not a great player and probably one of the weak points of that offense.
Okay.
Run game.
So that sounds to me like the kind of game where you try to move Jalen Carter around a little bit.
I think so, yeah. I mean, Miners is a tough matchup. He's a really, really good player. So I don't anticipate that you're going to get a lot of wins on that side going up against him. I should mention the run game. The run game has not been good largely for the last few years. They go and they draft R.J. Harvey in the second round this past year, and then they sign J.K. Dobbins this summer. Dobbins has been very, very good. He looks healthy, good combination.
He's got a fun running style.
Yeah, he's got burst. He's patient. He's violent. He's looked really good. Hit 100 yards rushing this past week against Cincinnati. Their first 100-yard rusher in the Sean Payton era there in Denver. But I think going back to week 13 of Vic's last year or something like that. It was there was the longest active streak in the NFL. So yeah, it had been a while. It's a lot of gap scheme runs, so similar kind of things to what we've seen for some of the runs that hit against the Rams or in the Rams game from Kyron Williams and those guys could be on the table here for the Broncos.
Okay. EJ, how do you feel about Miners?
The football player or the
profession?
occupation?
Or the under 18s?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, that wasn't even where I was going, but that's a kind of minor. I mean,
What are we doing here? What are we doing?
the word means a lot of different things.
Um,
You don't have to answer.
I got nothing for you. The mining profession
Yeah?
seems like tough gig. A lot of respect for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good, safe answer. Yeah.
I went to a mining town once,
Okay.
Anthracite, Pennsylvania. Are you familiar?
No.
I went there because there's an off-road park there.
Oh, okay. Would you do like ATVs?
Well, we had a Jeep back then, and yeah, we went off-roading with the Jeep.
People in the chat are very convinced that you're about to just get railroaded in Swooper because Aston Villa kicks off any minute.
When did you send Julia the submissions?
This morning.
I think it was in earlier this morning.
Yeah. Wait, how do you know?
I don't know that.
Fran sent them yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
10:23 a.m. What time did you send them?
I think I was maybe just after that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna compartmentalize. So if Aston Villa score, chat, please do not let me know. I'm gonna compartmentalize because if I watch, I'll be hopeless.
All right. Well, we got all of that coming up next in overtime.
we get
Kamu, Garuje Hill. He'll be the will. He'll be the will. Here we go. Swooper is here. How did we do last week?
Just look out. Keki's just on the ball.
Oh yeah, he loves that ball. I'm telling you, he's got all kinds of moves.
They've actually been very behaved for the last
got
like
good
10
court
minutes.
He's
strength.
very he's very comfortable on that thing. All right. Last week, heading in, EJ was up 2-1. Fran had 0 points. How did we do? I only had 2 items last week. The Eagles remain 100% for the year in the red zone. Nailed it. The
Very
Eagles-
close to not getting it. Was that
Very
one
close to
possession,
not get. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And the Eagles call timeout to avoid delay of game unless it's an intentional play to draw the defense offside. And I think the Eagles. I mean, I don't get this point, but there was one play in particular where they were late and they didn't get flagged for it, and I thought that Nick should have called timeout. So just saying.
So what you're saying is you should have gotten that.
I should have gotten this point. I don't.
get me
I don't. I
started.
don't get the point, but I should have gotten this point. Fran. Jalen Hurts completes at least 55.7% of his passes with a passer rating of at least 69.4 versus the blitz. Nailed it. One of the best performances against the blitz of Jalen Hurts' career. AJ Brown has 100 yards from scrimmage. Wah, wah.
Nope.
Saquon Barkley runs for more yards than there are total points scored in the game. Was it even close?
Yeah, it was close, but it's like one of those things where I thought I hedged my bet really well by having both of those.
Yeah.
The fact that neither of them hit,
And they were scoring points early on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. And you had the Eagles win.
got that.
So you got 2.
2 points.
But I think you can tell from how angry Fran is that he's not coming away with the solo point here. EJ, there's a blocked punt, blocked field goal, blocked extra point, special teams turnover, or special teams touchdown.
My boy Cam LATU.
Yeah, boy, it is nice.
A lot to love.
It's nice to you. That's good. Cooper DeJean lines up on the outside for more than 25 snaps. Did not happen.
I went too high with that one. I should have gone a lot lower. I don't know.
I thought that was great.
I don't know ball. I don't see the game.
There was a point where I thought that you got that. Like I was like Sunday, and I was like, oh, you got to be shit. Because I was like, looking, I'm like, he got 3 points. He beat me. So I was salty for a good chunk of Sunday evening.
The Eagles get a first down or touchdown from a tush-push formation in any way other than actually running the quarterback sneak. We know you got that, even though you were trying to maybe...
They broke the huddle in a personnel grouping. That was...
no way that first one.
The
But then
first
they
one
did,
would not have counted. That's correct.
But you get that. Saquon has a 25-plus yard run. Nope. There's a headline Monday morning that says Ringo Stars or an Eagles player is shown puking on the broadcast. You had the chance to do this. You could have run afoul of the intention of the game.
My
And
integrity
then
has
Desmond
been
Watson was not mentioned on the broadcast.
My integrity has been called into question on this show multiple times, and I just want to say
Rightfully
that
so.
I could have taken the full point if I didn't respect the diehards enough to not give them
And
ulterior
so,
motives.
EJ remains in the league. He's got 2.5 wins. I have 1. Fran has a half. This week, Fran will kick things off. He's got 20 turkeys, followed by EJ, who has 34, and then me, who also has 34.
I don't have the abacus.
It's right there if you want to get it, but it's up to you. You think you can be a big boy and use your brain?
I'm just going to use the calculator. The insults 2.5, baby.
Okay. All right. Kick us off, Fran.
All right.
Wait, what's the order?
Fran, EJ, me.
Okay.
All right, my first one. We're gonna play.
Oh wait, we have a bit of an averted controversy here, as happens every week on Swooper. Shout out to Ethan, who put together the Swooper graphics, but didn't realize how much of an issue he could have potentially caused
Potentially.
by putting them into our full Slack thread so that we could all see them beforehand. I did see the very first item has the name Saquon Barkley in it. That's me coming clean. That's the only thing I know. Uh-oh. Oh, he's getting the abacus.
Remind the kids of being good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. This is like a movie, like a zombie movie where they send out like one person and the
Yeah.
zombies all come running.
All right. Oh, nice.
Oh, he knows.
Oh, yeah.
He knows.
He knows the game has started.
All
Does
right.
he know that I'm beating you in the game is the real
We're
question.
going to play a little game here. New auction.
Ooh, this is fun.
We're calling this a timeout auction.
Uh-oh.
The winner of this item cannot bid on any of the next 2 submissions. So by winning this one, you are saying can't bid on EJ
Can't
or
bid at
Bo's
all.
next item. You can't even bid on the next 2 items. The item is Saquon Barkley runs for at least 30 yards in the game. We're going to start the bidding at 3.
4.
Huh. Trying to think what you have up your sleeve here. Five.
6,
7.
8,
9.
10,
11.
12.
13.
14.
15.
15 going once. 15 going twice. 16.
there it is.
How many turkeys do you have?
We both have
We
34.
both have 34.
And I've got 43, right?
We both have
Both have
34. I
34.
just
Oh,
said that.
I thought you meant you two.
No, you have 34. I have 20.
17.
17.
17 going once. 17 going twice. Sold to EJ.
Now this,
Okay.
I thought I had more turkeys than that.
Not anymore, sucker.
All right.
I
That's
already
interesting.
screwed this up.
All right, so now you can't bid on the next 2. You can't bid on your own item or Bo's first item.
So what did I get it for?
17. So you have 17 left.
17 remaining. 17, 34 minus 17.
All right. EJ, your item is next.
Hold on, I had to do my math.
Oh, my word.
Jeez.
And I don't have it ready. Okay. An Eagles defensive player under the age of 25 records an interception.
Under the age of 25 right now.
Under the age of 25.
Under
right now.
25 or 25 and under?
Under 25. This was intentional.
Under the age of 20, so they must be 24.
Yes.
And
Would
what
you-
people might not remember about this that's interesting is that even though Keely Ringo has been in the league longer, he's actually a year younger than Quinyon Mitchell.
So who,
Who is that specifically a shot at? Because it kind of feels like I was saying that a lot before you started making fun of it.
I don't
This is
remember.
awkward.
All right, so how many guys? So
Yeah,
who is
Quinyon
this
Mitchell,
including?
Cooper DeJean, Keely Ringo, Drew Makuba, and Jahad Campbell are eligible. Reed Blankenship, Zach Bond, Adoree Jackson, if he plays, ineligible.
So no one's actually 25.
What,
Yeah.
like
So it's
Jalen
the
Carter?
young
Jalen
guys,
Carter
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So he wouldn't count.
Right.
Yeah.
would count.
I think, isn't he 25? Jalen Carter, 24. I didn't go through the D lineman.
But that's what I'm saying. We're
Right.
saying defensive lineman or any
Any
yeah,
defensive
any
player,
player, yeah.
under the age of 25 is
Okay.
eligible.
I'll say 2.
Bo Nix has thrown 4 interceptions this year.
3.
I shouldn't let you get this for 3, but I don't really want it for 4 either. 3 going once. 4.
It's yours.
4 going once. 4 going twice. Sold.
EJ stands for Epicus Genius, says Kenny the Cook in the chat.
That's pretty good.
All right. My first item. At some point in this game, it's 3rd and 11 plus for the Eagles offense, and they drop back to pass and pick up the first down. So it doesn't have to be a completed pass. It could be a penalty. It could be Jalen Hurts scrambling.
Yep.
But it's 3rd and 11 plus. They don't hand the ball off. It's not a draw, and they pick it up.
I mean, they drop back to passes.
Of course. We've talked about it before. This is a team running the ball at a rate higher than anybody else this century.
Fran, how are you feeling about the sitting out that I've had to do with these 2 entries? I feel like we kind of let you down.
I think you ended up looking good here. These are not high priced items.
Yep.
But I will start the bidding at 3. What?
You said it's not a high price item, and then you started the bidding at 3.
Yeah.
4.
4 going once, 4 going twice. Sold. All right. Our first item from Dana.
Okay, this is a normal auction,
Normal auction.
standard auction.
The Eagles remain 100% for the year in red zone touchdown rate. EJ can bid again.
EJ's
I'm
back.
back.
With 17 turkeys left.
3.
4.
Bucks are 3rd in red zone touchdown
Good
percentage.
thing they're playing the Broncos this week.
Or sorry, the Broncos are 3rd. Old habits die hard. 3rd in red zone touchdown percentage this season. Pretty good.
Bucks were good, right?
Oh,
I think the Bucks
I
were
promise
good
I was
last year.
looking.
Yeah, or last week rather.
last week. Let me see.
4 going once,
They were 6th.
4 going twice. I can't. 4.
Sold.
Sold. Yeah, I hesitated too long.
I'll take it.
That's pretty good. All right, Fran, you're up again.
I'm up. All right. So
Those
my
are 2
next
good,
one.
cheap items for you, Fran.
We'll see. Bo Nix has at least 2 passes deflected within 2 yards of the line of scrimmage. We'll start the bidding at 2.
Is this something you see on film a lot?
Maybe, maybe not. I don't know.
3.
4.
Oh,
Fran, got it first.
Yep.
2.
2 of them.
4 going once. 4 going twice.
it says
Sold to Fran.
Second most in the NFL passes bad at the line of scrimmage.
Oh no! I should have known. You wouldn't have put it in there if you didn't see it.
Well,
Was that a
maybe.
true media stat?
If you look hard enough.
I'm still learning my way around true media.
No, I don't. I actually don't think that's a true media stat.
Okay.
All right, EJ,
Flex.
over to you.
All right. AJ Brown has 100 or more receiving yards or multiple touchdown receptions.
Wow.
You got to start the bidding.
I know. I'm actually thinking about what I want to start the bidding at. I'll start the bidding at 2.
4.
Oh wow. 5.
5 going once. 5 going twice. Sold. Wow.
Friends, like I'm not touching that.
I'm not touching that. I do not feel good enough about that one.
All right.
They
over
have.
to me.
I think they've given up 2 touchdowns all year in the air, through the air. Denver.
Yeah, well, they were good in the red zone too.
Yeah.
All right. Item number 7. My second item. Something that has not happened at any point this season. An Eagles edge rusher gets a full sack. So this could be 2 half sacks, but
Okay.
important. Just to
Finishes
say.
the game with 1
And
sack or more.
Let's just get this out there. If
Jihad Campbell.
Jihad Campbell probably doesn't count.
No.
But if this is like a 3 defensive tackles, like Jalen Carter's playing on the edge, what do we think? I think that still doesn't count.
I don't think it counts.
I think the idea is
if Jihad Campbell is rushing off the edge, do we not count that?
I don't think so.
I don't
To
think
me,
so, no.
the
conceit.
the conceit of this one is it's got to be
An actual edge rusher.
Jalen Hunter,
Okay.
Darius Smith,
Yep.
or Josh Uche, or Patrick Johnson,
Yeah.
or Azeez Ojulari.
Yep.
Okay, I'll start the bidding at 3. Three going once. 3 going twice. Sold.
You know, a certain handsome podcast host said that Bo Nix's superpower is not taking sacks and not, just like avoiding negative plays, not turning the ball over, not taking sacks.
It's true.
And our friend Sean Syed said, "Is that really a superpower?" And then she'll call him a nerd. Doesn't seem nice.
No, I agree. Listen, open invite if you want to be treated well.
Yeah, Sean.
To anybody on that show.
Yeah, because we treat everybody with respect on this show.
Okay, item number 8 from Daniz.
Okay, this is a sequential single bid auction. Whoever won item 7 must publicly bid first and cannot bid again. Next, whichever other player won the last item before that can either bid higher than the first player or say they're out. Finally, the third player can either bid higher than the highest bid or say they're out, at which point the highest bidder wins and pays their own bid.
All right, so
Sorry,
this order
so
is
what-
me, then Fran, then EJ.
No, EJ.
Me.
Yeah, so
Trying to keep up
did
with the
AJ
rules,
Brown.
pal.
So
What?
it's you.
It's
you're
me
first.
second.
Right.
He's
Sorry.
second. I'm
Oh,
third.
AJ was before
AJ Brown,
Bo Nix?
102 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Bo Nix was before that. Okay.
So
I
you're going to
apologize.
start it.
So
and then
you're-
I
I'm
can-
going to start
he's
it,
gonna
and I
start.
just say my number.
Oh, yeah, you're
and then
gonna
you
start
have
it.
the choice to beat it or
gonna
not,
help you.
and then Fran has the choice to beat it or not.
Beat it or not.
But this is nobody's paying for something if they didn't win the bid.
Correct.
Okay. All right. What is our item?
Okay, item 8.
The Broncos use 6 offensive linemen or more on at least 6 offensive plays.
Alex Palczewski is the 6th offensive lineman
Yeah, no,
that they
here's
typically
where-
bring in.
They're gonna. I guess I could look this up quickly. Don't want to. But the fact that it's here makes me feel like it's a thing. But I don't really care if I win this item or not. I'm gonna go 4.
5. I can only go 1 up, right?
Well, you can go as high up as you want.
Oh.
Yeah. If you don't want him to take it, you can go higher.
You will then pay if I decide I'm not going to take it.
I'm still going to go 5.
Okay.
Does Fran go 6 or does he walk away? He's got 8
6
turkeys
snaps?
to play with.
I could look that up fast, but I'm not going to. We just have one more round, right?
Correct.
Give me it.
He takes it for 6. 2 turkeys left. 6+ snaps of
Alex
6 linemen.
Palczewski
Yep.
has played the following amount of snaps in each of the first 4 games. He had 10 snaps in week 1, 3 in week 2, 3 in week 3, 16 in week 4.
Well,
How you feeling
is there
now?
an injury in there potentially?
No, they do a decent amount of it
Okay.
because they don't have a blocking tight end.
Oh, interesting.
That's something that teams do.
Interesting.
sometimes.
When they don't have blocking tight ends.
All right, Fran, you're up.
All right, here we go. My last one. This is very specific. Zach Bond or Jihad Campbell, just one of those two, record a pass breakup or an interception in the middle of the field. Now, we are going to define middle of the field as the area between the bottom of the numbers to the bottom of the number. So bottom of the numbers on both sides. So if it's on the
Like
numbers,
the outer edges of the numbers.
the outer edges of the numbers,
Okay.
correct. So if it's from the outer edges of the numbers and in, then this will
Okay.
count. But they must record a PBU or an interception in the middle of the field. We will start the bidding at.
Hold on.
Yep.
Line of scrimmage counts.
Line of scrimmage counts.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So depth does not matter.
Okay.
Width matters.
Okay.
We'll start the bidding at 3.
4.
5.
Man, my copy paste is just all over the place.
6.
8. 8 going once.
I'm out.
8 going twice.
9.
9 going once.
Come on, Bo. You got this.
Don't-
Can't let him have it.
9 going twice.
All my items always hit.
Sold.
For 9.
Love that.
Man, 2 of my items, like that's been the EJ bought for 26 turkeys.
It's because you've got good items. I've told you last week.
All right, EJ, you're up.
I was looking at Bo Nix's pass chart, and I felt there will be opportunities.
They attack the middle. They like to attack the middle of the field.
Yes. Saquon Barkley has more receiving yards than rushing yards. Oh, you don't like it?
Oh, it's a good one. I just don't think it's
know.
going to happen.
I'm going to
But-
put. We talked about the matchup with the
Okay.
Broncos linebackers.
I know.
I'm going to start the bidding for this one at 3.
4, and I'll take it.
Yeah, you take that.
I see why you're disappointed because
I
you.
wasn't bidding on
I was
that.
hoping it was going to be a better
you
one.
were
Yeah.
hoping
Yeah,
it
I
was
I
something
wasn't
great.
bidding on that one.
All right. For me, I wish this was not the last one because, I'm going to take it, but it's not that fun. Item number 11. Someone in the game is flagged for taunting.
3.
I open the bidding.
Yeah.
And I will open the bidding at 3. Now, I want to say here, this is important. I said is flagged for taunting. So if they throw the flag and it's picked up, that still counts. Flagged. Didn't say penalized. I'm just saying.
In what scenario would they take it back though?
I don't know.
it's a
Roger
that's a
says like
spot
humping
foul.
the air is allowed. I don't know.
Who's humping the air?
I would say, why did your mind go to that right away?
Well, that's the Key and Peele sketch, right?
It's a great sketch.
Yeah,
but-
right.
All right, we go to the final item from Daniz. Fran
Wait,
has.
am I not allowed to bid?
You have 2 turkeys.
Do I have 2?
Oh, who needs the abacus now, everybody?
No, I have 6 turkeys.
You won you started with 20. You won the 3rd and 11 pass pickup for 4. You had the red zone for 4. You had the Bo Nix 2 passes for 4.
You're right. I counted off 24 is why.
Okay.
Now, hang on a second. I got the calculator, and it's, you're going to be a big boy today. You're going to use your math skills. And then Fran gets it wrong, and it's nothing. It's
I'm
mom.
just saying. All right, let's get
You
to
see
the last,
how he does me,
let's get
chat?
to the
You
last
see
item.
this? It's terrible.
I like Peter.
How am I going to know how many turkeys I have?
I like Peter's comment for the potential flag pickup. Says a player said he was sorry.
Okay, number 12. This is sealed bid, middle bid wins auction.
Oh,
All players place sealed bids. The bidder with the second highest bid wins the item and pays their own bid, while the highest and lowest bidders pay nothing and win nothing. If there is a two-way tie, only those 2 bidders who are tied continue bidding up from their original bid in a standard auction format for the item. If there is a 3-way tie, all 3 players continue bidding up from their original bid in a standard auction format.
okay. Do you understand?
No.
We send or we write down our bids.
Okay.
The item goes to whoever has the middle number,
Great.
and they pay that much.
And I can borrow from next week.
And you
because
can
I
borrow from
always
next
borrow
week.
from next week.
Yeah.
From Dennis'
Final item.
And
submissions.
if there is a tie, it just becomes a bid, like
a
a
standard bid.
continuation between those.
Okay.
Okay, this is fun.
Eagles win the game.
Yeah.
The item is the Eagles win by double digits.
Oh.
Interesting.
Can I ask one more question about the rules?
Yes?
I lose the turkeys? Is it that type of situation?
No.
So,
if you have the highest bid, you do not lose those turkeys.
great. Okay.
Right? Everybody understands?
Yeah.
Okay.
I slacked you, Julia.
Slacked you as well, Julia.
Oh.
What's going on?
No, I'm just trying to think of what my strategy is here. Okay.
The boys are attacking Kyle out
I was about to say they're just dragging Kyle back to the table.
Definitely a Pokemon conversation.
All right.
Got it?
Got it. All right, Julia, what do they have?
Okay, Fran has 2, and EJ has 5.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
I also have 5.
okay, it's a two-way tie.
6.
7.
You got it for 7.
So I lost 4
I was-
turkeys going into next week.
Well, I'm not going to say what I was thinking of.
No, go ahead.
No,
Oh,
I don't want to give it away. Well, wait, this could come back. All right. Everybody has 4 items this week.
Yeah.
Fran, you have the Eagles pick up a first down on 3rd and 11 plus on a drop back. The Eagles remain perfect in the red zone. Bo Nix has 2 passes batted down at the line of scrimmage or within 2 yards of the line of
2
scrimmage.
yards,
And there are at least 6 snaps from the Broncos of 6 offensive linemen on the field. You have 2 turkeys left over. EJ, Saquon Barkley rushes for at least 30 yards in the game. AJ Brown has either 100 yards receiving or 2 touchdowns in the game. Jihad Campbell or Zach Bond has a pass breakup or INT in the middle of the field. And the Eagles win by double digits. You have -4 turkeys to carry over for next week. I have the Eagles have an interception from somebody under the age of 25. There's a sack from an edge player. Saquon Barkley has more receiving yards than rushing yards. And someone in the game is flagged for taunting. And I have 20 turkeys left over.
So weak, the flagged thing. Come on.
Sorry. All right.
Is 17 turkeys the most spent on an item since I've been on the show?
I don't think the most, but it's up there.
It's got to be.
Yeah, I
up there.
think we've had a couple in the past. But
It was a high likelihood item. It was just
of
prohibited.
course. I think you did it right. Yeah. It also
so-
didn't come back to bite you at all.
Yeah.
No, I picked 30 because his average has been 60, so it's at least half that. I wanted it to be an item that people would want to bid on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the ideal outcome for me in this game is Saquon Barkley has 30 receiving yards and 29 rushing yards.
Yeah. I mean,
Be great.
could happen.
All right. Good stuff, everybody. Anything else?
Let me go to the notes here.
I mean, I feel like we put in a good day's work here.
I mean, I've got
so?
stuff, but it's not. I mean, it's not Eagle stuff.
Not for public consumption.
Well, no, it's
No,
not.
it's not. Oh, it's
No,
you got off-field stuff.
You never asked me about like the plane ride home.
Oh,
Can I ask
I'm so
you?
sorry. Even
I'll
though
ask
you
you.
didn't have agency to bring things up yourself.
I was just waiting for you to ask. I do have
never
got
asked me how my
one
day was.
plane travel question. Yeah, it is
Okay.
like that. Got one plane travel question for you guys. Have you ever worn a suit on a plane? And would you ever wear a suit on a plane?
I have when I worked at Temple, the travel. Yeah, you
They
had to wear a
wanted
suit
you
to
to.
travel. Yeah.
Is it
So
as terrible as I feel like it would
it's,
be?
I hated
Yeah,
it.
it seems
Hated
really uncomfortable.
Hated it.
I feel like I have, but it doesn't come to mind why. But yes.
I know, like, there's an argument, like, well, you don't want to put it in a suitcase, you don't want it to get wrinkled, but it's like you wanted to get all
Oh,
like
no.
airplane
Come on,
dirty.
what are we doing?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want that either.
No. Why?
So, there was a guy wearing a suit on the
Okay.
plane, like the row ahead of me, and I was like, I don't know why you'd wear a suit on a plane. I won't wear jeans on a plane.
You won't? Why?
Just uncomfortable.
I think you got to find more comfortable jeans.
I grew up in a really anti-jean household.
I used to be furiously anti-jeans as
Yeah,
a
I
kid.
still kind of am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now I found jeans that I find comfortable.
I've got like a uniform that I wear when I fly.
Would you go like
it a black hat with
joggers
no
and
logo on it?
Yeah, let's say like Mac Weldon joggers,
okay,
and then like a Mac Weldon-y like soft shirt. Yeah.
okay, like a hoodie.
No, like a soft T-shirt because
Okay.
I'd rather be cold than hot.
No
on the plane.
question.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's why you layer. You give yourself choices.
Yeah, but then you got one more thing to worry about.
Kind of stow away. You gotta
Now
put
the
it-
one mistake I make
make it a-
sometimes
I don't know,
is
make it a pillow.
if I deviate from the pants. Like I've got pants I literally call like flying pants. Like they're the
Okay.
pants I wear
Yeah.
when I go flying. And if I ever deviate from them, sometimes the pants I wear have metal drawstrings, and then
Oh.
you get
dinged.
flagged through TSA, and then they gotta do it.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't need to explain what they do, but it's unpleasant. So
Okay. You ever find that those pants are not ideal for keeping things in your pocket?
the flying pants have zipper pockets, plastic
okay.
zippers.
Okay.
They are the perfect pants to fly.
Okay. All right. Julia? Leggings. But those are with pockets?
It has the one pocket on the side that fits my phone. But otherwise, I just have my fanny pack and then my side phone pocket leggings.
Fanny pack.
Fanny pack's
for
smart.
you.
Yeah, because like you don't want to be like rummaging in your pockets when you're on a plane.
Sure.
And you can unclip it and then clip it around like the part of the back of the other person's
Yeah,
seat.
so smart.
Okay.
Easy access.
Wow, what an electric end to the episode.
Yeah, the suit really must have affected you that you needed to bring it up 5 days later.
I wanted
never
to
asked me
get to
about
it,
the
and I didn't know if
flight.
we'd get to it.
All right, a super chat to save us here. Two of them. Jonathan says, water for Julia. Also, in your opinion, who is the
joking,
best
yeah.
or most valuable Eagles defensive player? Good question.
That's a great question.
It's either Quignon or Bond.
I think most valuable right now is Quignon. Like the the drop off from him is more significant.
I think that's probably right, but I
that's
would
right.
say that the best is Bond.
The best player
Best is probably
Bond.
Bond, but most valuable Quignon.
At their absolute best. So if each guy is going at 100 out of 100 on this rep, the most impactful is probably Carter, though.
Right, most
Right.
impactful,
Yes.
yeah. But
But I think the one you don't want to lose is Quignon, and
I also think the biggest, I mean, the construction of the team is such that Quignon is, I get the most
Yeah.
valuable argument.
Yep.
But the biggest difference between this player and the league average player at that position is Bond for sure.
Yeah, I think you would argue that.
Yeah, I think that's right.
I think
Yeah.
you could
League
argue
average
Bond
player.
is
Yeah.
the most impactful over Carter right now too.
Right now, I think
Yeah.
so.
Not league average, not team average.
Correct.
Like, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Like you're waving a wand and you get just the average starter at that position.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. You would be more worried about Bond.
Yep.
Yeah. Sean Wolford. Golf pants are the best for flying. You look professional, very comfortable, and breathe well if it gets hot on the plane.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's not bad, yeah. I know that we have at least one listener who's going to be very anti-EJ about dressing down on the plane and feels very strongly about like dressing up for the plane.
Do I know this person?
I don't know if you've met them or not.
They dress up.
They
for-
don't know
for
ball
the
though.
flight.
Yeah.
I don't know who that would be. You're gonna have
okay.
to tell me off air.
Good family. The person in particular? Yeah.
Did we talk about their family earlier?
No, it's fine. This is. I mean, this
Did we
is.
talk about
this
their
is- this
podcast
is-
earlier?
No. All right. That'll do it for this episode of the PHLY Eagles podcast. Thank you, Julia. We'll see you tomorrow at 2:00. Thank you, Fran.
Sure.
Good stuff. That's all we got. And as always, we love you.
We all silly like the mayor.